It is an early morning Tuesday. Check this out. The pod is being delivered. It's Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in today. Sitting out here with Little Nugget, Turbo's out in the yard, Mimi's in the house, just chilling out on this late afternoon. It's about 57 degrees right now. It is cooled down, but I must say it's refreshing. It feels nice. We had to run to a bunch of stores today, stock up things for the house, getting more things for the dogs. The tortoises, the guineas are doing phenomenal, by the way. We did lose two in the first week, but this batch right now seems to be doing really, really well. The mortality rate in the first 2 weeks is very, very high. So if we can get 7 to 8 of the 10 to survive, to come to maturity, that's very, very good. But they're looking really, really good. So I'll shoot a video on them maybe in the next day or two. But I had a little bit of time today to look at some of the news with everything that's going on here. We're unloading the pod right now too. We're going to do a little bit over the next couple days with that. The workers will be, I got some workers coming in tomorrow to sweep the chimney. We've got the rest of the crew coming back on Friday to finish up some of the lighting and whatnot. So it just goes on and on and on. But let's get into some of the news here. Amazon reportedly set to lay off up to 30,000 corporate employees in massive workforce cut. There are still people out there that believe that the economy's just doing wonderful. And look, the stock market at all-time highs. We've seen a nice pullback in gold and silver. Last I checked, silver was up a little bit, gold was down. This to me is nothing but opportunity for people who've been waiting for a pullback. And I don't know what's going on with the other bullion dealers, but if you go to SD Bullion's link down below and order gold or silver, you're not going to get it very, very quickly. You're going to be waiting now. I don't know if that's a couple weeks. I don't know if that's 4 weeks, but the demand now is going through the roof with this pullback. People, no doubt, are getting wise to what's going on, and they're going to take full advantage. The people that have some money, that have something to protect, they're going to take full advantage of this pullback, and you should too. I don't give financial advice, but when something's on sale and you're looking at the two most undervalued assets on planet Earth, gold and silver, and the two most liquid, why would you not have some of this stuff? Go to my link down below, SD Bullion. In fact, go wherever you want to go. It doesn't even matter to me. I just think that it's important to own this stuff. If you don't, then you don't. But I think it's really, really important. This is why I own this stuff. This is why people in my circle own it, relatives, family members, friends, they own this stuff. Why millionaires and billionaires are buying this stuff. Why Ray Dalio is telling you to buy this stuff. And the biggest reason you should be buying it is not because I'm saying to, because I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just reporting this right here. This is what's going on right here. CNBC. I don't know if that's focusing. There you go. But Amazon laying off about 14,000 corporate workers as it invests more in AI. So these layoffs are going to continue, and 14,000 is going to go to 30,000. And AI, robotics, technology is going to replace a lot of jobs, quite possibly even your job. And we look at so many people in this country have zero retirement, and they're literally 5 to 10 years away from retirement. They have nothing but debt. They have mortgages, car payments, bills, credit card debt, student loan debt, and they're getting ready to retire in 5 to 10 years, have nothing saved up. Don't rely on your insolvent pension to protect you. Don't rely on a dollar that is literally being disintegrated every day, vaporized. Don't rely on this stuff. You better look out for yourself. Don't rely on that pension. Don't rely on that savings. Don't rely on those stocks, because it could be gone tomorrow. Inflation is either they're going to steal it or inflation's going to take it. That's how I see it. You better really be putting assets away and preparing your own retirement, because if you're relying, again, on a pension, Social Security, those dollar bills you saved up or those stocks, you could be in very, very big trouble. UPS deepens job cutting amid turnaround, says 48,000 roles eliminated this year and more elimination coming. This on CNBC today. This is the booming economy. Stock market doing well, you're losing your jobs. RetailDive.com. Half of shoppers plan to use buy now, pay later this holiday season. People just don't learn. And many of these people are going to get what they deserve. There are so many people that will go out and spend this holiday season and they have no business spending. They have no money. They're going to put it on credit cards as they always do and buy now, pay later apps. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. How many people didn't even pay off last holiday season shopping and they're back at it again this year? These are the people that will just go down with the ship. They're going to dance to the music and they're going to go all the way down to the bottom of the ocean floor with the ship. They are doom spending. They don't care about reality. They are putting this completely out of sight, out of mind. And if you're doing this, you are really jeopardizing yourself and your family and your future. And I say, wake up, please wake up, smell the coffee. Do not do this. Do not follow the sheep to slaughter, ladies and gentlemen. These people are going to get absolutely annihilated. And it won't be fun in games when the economic collapse gets so bad and these people are in such misery and they're begging for any type of help whatsoever from the church, from you, from the government. They'll be begging anybody for help. And these people will do things they never thought humanly possible just to survive and to feed their kids. And it didn't have to be this way. People just cannot control themselves. They want instant gratification, instant satisfaction. They want to enjoy today. They want to enjoy the party today. They don't think about yesterday and they're not thinking about tomorrow, that's for sure. They forgot about yesterday. And many people have already forgotten about the 2008 financial crisis. That's so far behind them. And they're doing the same exact things today, and they're going to pay a very, very severe price. The government shutdown has awakened the public about how many people are on food stamps. Another article today. I don't think a lot of people really realize how many people in this country are on food stamps. 42 million people in this country on food stamps. I don't know, is that 15% of the population is on food stamps? I mean, I thought we were the wealthiest nation on planet Earth, even though we're $38+ trillion in debt. We have 42 million people in our population on food stamps. It's shocking. And how many of those people, and look, I realize there are people that need help. There are elderly, there are handicapped, there are people who've had some bad luck. And we should help those people. Let me be very, very clear about that. But I keep watching these videos on social media about these people who are salivating to go into stores and just take things when they don't get their SNAP benefits. These people are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. They look healthy, capable of work, but many of them will admit they don't want to work. They're not going to work, and they demand that the taxpayer take care of them. That's just the way it is, and I think it's disgusting. And it should be outlawed immediately, and the taxpayer should not stand for this at all. These states, the hedge state, these states lose most if federal food aid runs out. On the hedge today, this is interesting. SNAP cuts could hit 2 million Illinois residents. 2 million people need SNAP benefits in Illinois. In New Mexico, 21% of its population receives food assistance. District of Columbia, 20% of its residents receive SNAP. Oregon, 18% of its population. The state of Oregon, 18% receive food assistance. Oklahoma, 17%. This is mind-blowing that these are large numbers. This isn't 1, 2, or 3%. This is 21, 20, 18, 17% of these states' populations rely on food benefits. Absolutely shocking. SNAP benefits. 15% of West Virginians rely on SNAP benefits. 15% of Nevadians rely on SNAP. 15% of people living in Massachusetts and 15% of people living in Pennsylvania rely on SNAP. Think about this. This is 15 out of every 100 people receiving food benefits in these states. And in some states, it's 21%. But think about this, 15 out of every 100. So if we go to West Virginia, Nevada, Massachusetts, or Pennsylvania, every 15 out of 100 people in those states is getting benefits. Something's got to be done here, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm in agreement with most of you. I think we're past the point of no return. I think that this country is in big trouble, and I think that this country is going to collapse. And I think we're going to get possibly a little taste of it with this purge that we might possibly see with these food benefits not showing up in November. We shall see how it plays out. Food banks are preparing for a surge as federal food aid could be paused in government shutdown. Food banks are absolutely slammed right now. And it is amazing that these government workers are at food banks now and just missing one paycheck, and people are at food banks. This is how bad it is now in America. The average family misses a paycheck and they're at a food bank. The average household, the average person in America has no money saved up. Remember, it was save for a rainy day, have some money put away for emergency. Nobody has any money for emergency. Nobody has any money for food. They are completely dependent on the system when they miss a paycheck or lose a job. The administration post notice that no federal food aid will go out November 1st. Very, very interesting. Yeah, this is it's going to get very, very interesting. Very interesting. Retail giants expand perks for SNAP shoppers, but working families left behind. What do you think about this? And comment down below on any of this, but the retail giants, Walmart, Amazon, Kroger, they're doing whatever they can, offering special discounts to these people that need SNAP and EBT. But families that are just above that income threshold, they get no help. But the people who get the benefits get the help. The people who are out hustling every day, 5, 6, 7 days a week, grinding it out, just trying to make ends meet, making the effort, doing whatever they have to do, grinding it out, and they don't get any help. But the people, not the people who really need the help, the people 20s, 30s, 40s, 2 arms, 2 legs, healthy, could get a job today doing something, whatever. Those people, they're getting the help. They're getting the help. But then I see these old ladies in their 80s working at restaurants, working at Walmart, grinding it out, and they're not getting any help. We're rewarding lazy people. I get it. Again, there are people who need help, and they should get that help. There are elderly, there are handicapped, there are people that have had some bad luck, and they need some help. But what about the people that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 2 arms, 2 legs, healthy, can walk, talk, function? Why are they not out there helping themselves? Why are they not out there grinding it out? And now we're gonna hit a period in this country where it's going to be very, very difficult to get a job. Talked about this over a year ago, that the pendulum is going to swing. People were trading up for jobs, going across the street for the same job, making, $20,000 more, jobs everywhere. But you knew this was going to be temporary after the health crisis and all this was winding down. Again, people thought that this was going to go on forever, and they were trading up for jobs. And, look, the workers had no loyalty to the businesses and the companies, and the companies and the corporations have no loyalties to the workers because, look, that's very, very clear. AI is coming. It's going to replace millions of jobs. And I don't know what people are going to do for a living out here in America. I really, really don't. It's going to get very, very, very ugly. Corporate layoffs spike as companies prepare for tariff shocks. This on The Hedge today. Let's go over some of the latest layoffs in this economy, which I think continues to get worse. And you can blame this administration by all means. That's your right. I got to go back 4 or 5 years ago, and just when you see what took place 4 years ago, absolutely appalling. It was criminal in my opinion, and it's led to a lot of this. We are in such a hole. They dug such a hole in the last 4 years. And we can go back to the 2008 crisis and beyond, and we can go back to the 80s, the 90s, where we lost so many manufacturing jobs, especially to China. We can point fingers and blame whoever we want to blame, and that's your right. You can do whatever you want to do, but let's look at the data right now with these latest layoffs. Target, 1,000 layoffs. Nestle, 16,000. UPS, 12,000. Rivian, 600 corporate jobs. Nike, 2,000 white-collar layoffs. Starbucks, 900 corporate jobs. Morgan Stanley, 2,400. Amazon, 30,000. The list goes on and on and on. Do you see what's going on here? This is going to get much, much worse. And when you don't have a job, they take your car. And then it's very, very difficult to get another job. And I was watching, I forgot what channel last night. They had a guest on. And this absolutely stunned me. There are 7.5 million cars in repossession. 7.5 million cars in repossession. They're coming for these cars. So this year they said over 3 million cars will be repossessed, but 7.5 million cars are in repossession right now. They cannot get the cars fast enough. This is an absolutely horrifying economy that we are watching collapse right before our very eyes. I remember when people used to get cute and go, oh, when's it going to collapse? Where's the collapse? And it was collapsing right before their very eyes, and they just couldn't see it. They didn't want to see it. They didn't want to believe it. Many of these people have disappeared. They don't comment anymore. They've disappeared. They've lost their jobs. They're probably homeless, unfortunately. And people used to laugh when I would go out and shoot homeless videos and people living in tents. They used to laugh at those people, judge those people. People ain't laughing now because a lot of these people that laugh may be living in tents themselves, or they're worried they might be living in a tent, because if you don't have a family to fall back on, if you don't have a church to fall back on, if you don't have good friends to fall back on, you could be homeless. You could be on the streets. There are people right now sleeping in people's garages. There are people sleeping on couches in guest rooms. There's people moving back in with their parents. There's people, renting rooms. People sleeping in their cars, people sleeping in tents. This is not America any longer. Things are changing. It is absolutely spiraling out of control. BRICS payment system supports transactions across 185 countries. Get ready to see the dollar get crushed. And they can play the paper game with gold, with silver, whatnot. But at the end of the day, gold and silver are going nowhere but up. This stuff is going to be critical for, I believe, your financial future. They are coming after the dollar. The BRICS nations, China, Russia, they're coming for the dollar. China has already signed agreements with 40 countries to settle payment in the new CIPS system. They're going to do anything they have to reduce the US dollar dependency, and they're going to push their own local currencies. China and Russia, the transactions they have done this year, 95% of those transactions were done with their own currencies. They're going to come after the dollar. The dollar is being challenged right now. The dollar, in my humble opinion, unless a miracle takes place, maybe we get to a gold standard before China. I don't have the answer, but it looks to me like the dollar is going to be a third world currency. It looks to me like it's going to be a peso. It looks to me that the world is sick of the weaponization of the US dollar. They're going to the CIPS system. They're going to use their own currencies. They're going to use gold. They want to do whatever they can do to get away from the control of the United States of America. And the way they do that, the way they weaken America and strengthen their own countries, is not use US dollars. And you have to be very, very careful too, because if everything you do is in US dollars, your stocks are paid in US dollars, you save cash, US dollars, your money's in a bank in US dollars, this monopoly money, which is buying less and less, when do people wake up and realize that maybe it's time to buy ounces and stack ounces and not stack so many dollar bills? The world is realizing that the world global banks definitely realize that, because I can tell you this, they are backing up the trucks as we speak with these pullbacks. And if you think gold and silver are going back to $808, $800 an ounce for gold, $8 an ounce for silver, good luck with that. I would be taking advantage of the sale right now because we're going to see this stuff absolutely go ballistic. The dollar's in trouble. The new world reserve currency is gold. Silver is going to go along for the ride, and that's the way it's going to be. And look, God's money's not going away. The US dollar is, period. Be careful out there. Be real careful, especially as we near November. If you work at a grocery store, comment down below. Is anybody at work at the grocery store or at Walmart, if you work in these places, Costco, is anybody talking about what's coming? Is there anybody a little concerned, fearful? Is there any preparation at the stores? Let us know. Comment down below. I'd be curious. I'm going to leave it there today. God bless every one of you. Thanks for tuning in. God bless America. Pray for this country. And be walking close to God. So best advice I can give you today is walk close to God, get some gold and silver, get some food and water, get some security, stay on path, and I'll talk to all of you very, very soon. Take care. Peace.